Welcome back to the Mercedes-Benz Devils postgame show. It is now time for the stars of the game, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. And you'll look there, man, these are the three guys we just talked about with Jesper Bratt, who had the game-winning goal. Vitek Vanacek comes in relief of Mackenzie Blackwood, who left the game due to injury. 18 saves for him on 19 shots, some huge ones there, especially in that third period as well. And Miles Wood really setting the tone for this game. 2 goals and an assist for him as the Devils come from behind and win 4-3 in Edmonton, snapping the Oilers' 5-game win streak. And, of course, extending their own streak to 5 games, something that they have not done since December of 2017. And at that time, only Miles Wood, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, and Damon Severson were a part of this team. And we know that, yes, that led to a playoff appearance as well. So really exciting stuff there.
Yes, and look, we're 11 games into this season, and you don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but I'm really feeling it, right? And I, as a former captain, you don't want to get too high, right? But what we're seeing here is something special. Just, I look at 2 games, when after the first 7 periods against Anaheim, right, you saw this team step up. Now this game here, you're down, and you could have easily said, you know what, Mackenzie Blackwood gets hurt. Right, we're not playing very well. We're not necessarily expected to beat Edmonton at home if we're not playing our best. But that's not how this team responded, and so that's encouraging. We are seeing something grow here, and I'm not saying that it's automatic playoffs and all this. It's just we're seeing this team take that next step that we've been talking about, learning how to win.
Yeah.
And that's the next step, and that's all I really want to focus on here. And yes, you want to be the playoffs and all that, but we're seeing growth, Erica, here, and it's impressive.
Yeah, we're seeing such a change in what we maybe would have expected in years past. The team, they settle in after a tough second period and come out ready to play. We talked about it, gearing up for the third period. We said, hey, got to get a goal here, hopefully in the first 5 minutes. Well, Miles Wood and the team must have been watching the intermission report, because that is exactly what they did right off the face-off here. Miles Wood gets his second of the night.
Well, yes, and obviously Eric Hall does a great job winning. You see that Miles Wood and Zetterlund, they switched sides so that they were on their forehand. So Miles Wood was just able to be locked and loaded to release that beautiful goal for Miles Wood. And I'm just so impressed with his season through 11 games. Like, he came out here, he had some choice words for himself. He took, himself. He thought maybe he wanted to calm down. He was a little bit, he wanted to make sure he wasn't calling out his teammates. But he's backed up everything that he said. And it's evident that he's sick and tired of losing. He wants to be part of the solution. He's going to help this team evolve, and it's evident in every way that he's playing and how he's coming out each game, and he just led the charge here in the third period.
Definitely. Leaders really emerging for this group. That BMW line, a big night for them yet again. Miles Wood, 3 points on the night, as we told you. So that got the Devils right within reach. And then we go later in the period. And how about that individual effort from Ryan Graves, just taking it right up and tying this thing up?
Well, yes. Well, the Devils are going to be pushing pace here. You're going to see both. You see first Dougie Hamilton Siegenthaler blows down, and then you got Ryan Graves. And I was so happy for him, because these are moments too, because Ryan Graves had a tough game. Starting the first period, the last shift, we talked about him kind of just, fumbling the puck and having a turnover. And then he was the guy that, didn't make a strong play on Derek's goal there. So it's one of those things where for him to come in and have this individual moment goes a long way for himself, and it also just shows the team that, hey, I have some bad shifts. I'm not going to be tuned out. I'm going to be focused, and I'm going to try to find a way to help in whatever way I can get this team back going. And in this situation, you got a big goal.
Hey, just got to turn the page. You see it just dribble in there, and then just took 7 seconds, which, again, that is a new record for this team for the fastest time between goals. That had been 8 seconds. But Jesper Bratt just really making it a historic night for himself as he gets the game-winning goal here. Take us through this one.
Well, yes, and if we got a sky cam here, I'll show you this. And, it's pretty late, so I don't want to be spilling too many beans here, but stop it. When the Devils win this face-off and Bratter's here, he's got a route that he goes around and then comes back and through the D, right? And so it can be very mesmerizing if you're the left-handed D, because you're going to see Bratter initially go out there, so your initial move is going to be out. But Bratter's so good, and then if you have Marino or Severson, who make great seam and stretch passes, then this play can connect, and then we saw it did perfectly, and Bratter goes in. But that's how Bratter's able to get open, and so it's late. Hopefully nobody's watching in terms of other teams, and they won't shut down this play. But you see everybody go out to the outside, and then Bratter will sneak back in. It's very, you think it's easy to defend, but it isn't, right? It's a great play. They executed it perfectly, and so, whoops.
What a great look there, too.
Yeah, it can fool the best of you, best of the defensemen. So, but just the finish, like the way he shot that was emotional. Like he was feeling bad that he had the turnover on the first goal.
Sure.
Right, and you know, if we're being fair, he didn't really do much after that, right? And then as the game got going, he kind of, you know, started finding his groove, and then he had one chance, and that also shows that he's evolving too in his self and his confidence, that he can say, you know what, I'm going to make it right here. And did he ever?
Yeah, did he ever? A fitting way to get that franchise record. Again, 11-game point streak to open up the season, but he's just most excited about the 2 points that the Devils pick up in Edmonton. A lot of goalie hugs.